don't really have anything meaningful to say. I just think it's cool when I hear other pods with smooth disclaimers. I mean, as far as the content, well, I mean, unless we say we joking, if we said it, that's what it is. Carry on. But welcome to the party. Sincerely, Pod Strickland. Let's get it.
I want everyone to die.
This is man.
Refer to the tag. I ain't joking.
That's what it is. Said it though. Man, hey. It's funny you say that though. Matter of fact, I don't even want to I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna let you do it because you introduced this topic, but I think it's interesting. That article that you sent over.
Oh yeah.
What is that about?
So they did a study, and it says that adults who grew up without a lot of affection don't just struggle with intimacy, they actually end up building relationship structure differently in their head, to a point where it can feel threatening. What's that shit called? They didn't actually like put a name to it until like halfway through the fucking article. So basically, like if you if you grow up in like a fucking happy household or whatever, you build relationships and it becomes kind of a safe zone with people, right? But then when you don't grow up without a lot of affection, it doesn't necessarily mean that you grow up in like a broken home, or it doesn't even necessarily mean that you grow up with like asshole parents. It's just there's a lot of disconnection. It can create what they're starting to call fearful avoidant attachment. And it doesn't just like stop you from getting in relationships because you're mad paranoid about people, but if you're actually in a relationship, it feels unsafe because
no doubt,
like your brain has just like taught you that like there's something wrong because this person is showing you affection when your body is like, your psyche is kind of already acclimated to the point that this is not a necessity. So it's kind of, just that severe reliance on self. And yeah, I just thought that like the study of this stigma, I thought was interesting that it comes up now that we're really getting into the tech phase where people are relying on AI a lot more. Like we've heard studies over the past couple of years where people will say that some fucking AI platform that they chat with is their fucking best friend. But even before the development of AI, you had families that would be around the dinner table, or you had families that would go out to functions, or, even just go out to dinner. And, they put their order in between waiting for their food, they all got their fucking phones up, right?
Yep.
They ain't talking to nobody. They ain't doing nothing. Yeah. So it's just like, and that's kind of the perfect example. It doesn't have to be that there was nobody around you. You're just not like creating an emotional attachment to these people. Even with your parents or your siblings or anybody around, you're just not creating that attachment because you're attaching to other things, or you're just saying, fuck it, like I'll do me. So yeah, I just thought that it was interesting going into the tech field, but the emotional side of it was the dedicated study.
Yeah, I was tripping because I was like, man, what's wild is we kind of been saying the same thing in a different manner for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because like just what was developing in the world because of exactly what you're talking about. So when I was reading, I was like, man, I get what you're saying, and I'm, I fuck with psychology, so I'm like, yeah, okay. I understand where y'all coming from, but like the thing that I think the thing that wasn't addressed well enough It's kind of what the genesis of this was. Like, so I started realizing like part of the whole thing that drove this was jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Like so in my hood, everybody broke. One family fuck around and bang 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 bang. Now they got an Atari at the house. So now everybody going to Sun House to play the Atari until somebody else come up. Maybe they hit the number. Maybe they, say they got to raise at work or something. Now they got fucking ColecoVision and some shit. Now we over there playing that. Then, now we starting to hit our stride a little bit. Nintendo coming around. Somebody got that. Maybe a couple people got that. Now we splitting the crew up. But the whole time all that's going on, everybody that don't got it want it.
Mm-hmm.
So now as the things become easier to acquire, your attention go to that because it's the thing you've been deprived of, or at least you think you've been deprived of.
Yeah.
So now you walking through the world feeling like everybody got to relate to you like the game relate to you, when in all actuality, you've robbed yourself of reality. You completely taken yourself out of the world and created an entire different existence that only you live in. Like nobody lives there with you. No matter who you think lives there with you, nobody really lives there with you. There are people who come in and out of that sphere from time to time. But nobody lives there with you. You created your own world. And because you created your own world, when anybody stays in that sphere for too long, you get uneasy. Especially if they're showing you attention. If they coming in and out of the sphere and they interacting with other things within the sphere, but not necessarily you on a regular basis, it's a little easier to deal with. And I honestly tell people all the time, one of the things that I think, like me personally, I feel like I have a problem with connecting with people, like really connecting with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I can connect with people through conversation. I can talk to you about any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But because of some of the things that have occurred throughout the course of my life, there's only certain people that I'll allow to actually connect with me. Everybody else, it's a very what's the word? Fuck. I'll just say it's very thin. It's a thin veil of a connection. Like it ain't what they think it is. So as I'm reading this shit, I'm like, yeah, and I see it all the time because even on the bus, there used to be a time when you get on the city bus, and that was a time when you might fuck around and bump into a random conversation. Not now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
See, and with your example, it brings up something that they didn't even bring up in the thing. There have been past studies on it before, but it's not necessarily just complete avoidant detachment of everybody, but it's familial avoidance. Just because, you spent so much time out of the house. And this is kind of where I fell into it too. When you're out in the streets and you're running with a certain group of people, they become your family. But then when you go home at the end of the night, like you're still with these other people that are supposedly your family, right? So, and you never build that same attachment with them. So like there are a few key members of my family that I got really close with over the time, but it took longer. There was somebody that I considered like a father to me for a really long time. And, like my dad was there, but I was running in different circles. And the dude that actually like showed me the game, only reason that like he stopped being in my life day to day was because he told me like, yo, you got to get the fuck out. Like, and not even on some like harsh shit. He just knew what was going to happen if I didn't. So he was just like, okay, like, yeah, you need to go. And like, we still like kept that connection, but it was different. And then he ended up dying, not in the best of circumstances. So, that can offer some shit too. And yeah, like that creates a lot of things as well. And then you have that stigma of, especially if you grew up, on the block, like when you see the people that are closest to you going down, that's when that avoidant detachment disorder comes in out of just survival mode, because, the psychology starts to build that anybody that I get close to dies.
Bro, that's the whole reason why the people I think I'm the closest to in this world are people that I feel like have also accepted the fact that it is what it is. I mean, I gotta be who I am, and if I'm gonna be who I am, that's what it is. And at some point, I'm probably going to die because of that. You know what I'm saying? I could very well die at old age. Who knows? Maybe I get lucky. You know what I'm saying? But I don't foresee that. I ain't never seen that. Like, I didn't see this. Like, the gray hair, I ain't never see this. Like, you could have never told me this was coming. So, like, I think what it starts becoming also, the familial part of it becomes really real. But also, even in that, like, I noticed that even as the phases of my life changed, I started like finding reasons not to be around certain people. You know what I'm saying? And then once I realized that's what's happening, I tried to switch gears. It's too late now. Like, there's a lot of distance that's grown between us. And now, like, I reached back out on some, yo, you know what I'm saying? What's up? It's all good. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's love. Like, when we see each other, hey, what up? But it ain't never going to be every day, or we talking, it ain't going to never be what it was before, because I allowed that to, you know what I mean? So this brought a lot of shit, made a lot of shit jump out of my closet. Pause. You know what I'm saying? If just in case. While I was reading, I was like, damn, I've been wondering for a while, like, why? Even with what I know, it's been hard for me to put a finger on why certain things transpire the way they do, why I feel the way I do about certain things. And that put part of it in perspective for me. It was never electronics for me, though. It was always other things. Like, for me, it was music, lyrics, listening to beats. I buried myself in music. And to a degree, I buried myself in music to the point that I shut people out. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit
all of a sudden, fucking, you know, Rakim and KRS-One become your family. Exactly. And you feel more of a connection to them than you do to the people around you. Yeah, and one thing that I think is interesting, and like, it's not completely unheard, but I think it just gets overlooked a lot, is one of the biggest things that can spark the notion of taking somebody out of the game is when they have kids. And a lot of people say it's like, okay, I got to get out of the game because I got to make sure that I stick around for my kids. And don't get me wrong, that's true, but that's only 50% of it. The other thing is, very few people, unless you're heavy into it and you've gone all the way to the point where it's like, yo, this is life and this is all anyone will ever know, you don't want them to be a part. So at that point, it's not even about your own salvation. It's making sure that they don't get wrapped up into it.
Hell yeah.
And that's the part I don't think gets mentioned a lot.
Yeah, that part. And then also, no matter what somebody tell you, and I promise y'all, we're going to start in a second, but no matter what somebody tells you, there is a innate sense that this door is about to close. And I don't want it to close with me in the room because I know what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? So as much as I'm looking out for other people and, you know, the better interest of what my future is supposed to look like, I'm also very cognizant of the fact that shit, it's a reason why a lot of my homeboys ain't right here with me right now. They either in there or down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Or they on the run because they can't be here because of something they did that should have had them in there or down there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's really real. And I would love, like, ladies and gentlemen, I'll put I'll try to create a short link because the link is really long. I'll try to create a short link to the article and put it in the description. If you haven't heard about this, if you haven't done any research into it, please, by all means, look into it. It may give you some insight into yourself or maybe how some other people around you have been behaving and you can't quite make sense of it.
Honestly, if I can get on the monster shit, like, read the article, and then the one thing that this should inspire, rip that phone out of your fucking kid's hand.
That part.
Like, and drop your fucking phone for a little while. Try to connect with them. And, you know, because that shit does have some long-lasting shit. And if somebody's getting out of the game so that their kids can thrive, like, the problem is you get out of the game for your kid to thrive, but then you pick up the phone.
Trade the game for the phone.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden your kid's just in some, like basically some bougie bullshit.
And that's the last thing you should want. If you understand, if you learn anything from your time out here outside, that should be the last fucking thing you want. It's for your kid to be bougie. That should be the last thing you want. You don't want him to be no thug neither, but you don't want him to be bougie. You want to have a nice balance. You know,
anybody that I ever met that I had the utmost respect for in the game, they understood the psychology behind the game. And they might have chose to be there anyway. Some of them were in it for life. And whether that be because they thought that they couldn't get any better because of, shit that they had done in the past, whatever. But they knew it and they chose it. It wasn't just, well, this is the life, so I'm going to get like as bad as I can get and down and get grimy. The ones that really knew their shit, the ones that almost felt untouchable, it was because they knew exactly what everything was, and they were just like, okay.
Exactly. Man, that's, you know what? I almost wish he was here to have this conversation because I know he understands it. But you know what? He is always with us in spirit. I could prove it. Watch.
I'm flyer than everybody. Everybody. You on cloud 9, higher than everybody. We stepping out on the town, we sliding every party. Shining extra guard, we flyer than everybody. Yeah, I'm flyer than everybody. Find me on cloud 9, higher than everybody.
Yeah. And just in case y'all haven't, I know we talked about it on here, but you might be new to the building. Late Night with Wave Letterman by Either Mad Assassin and Drug to Beats out right now. Go check that shit out. You might hear somebody's voice you recognize on it. Maybe. Welcome to the party, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm a little mellow, more mellow than usual, partly because I'm high, but the other part of that is because I'm kind of tired. So bear with me. I'm gonna turn it up in a minute. I got a little W in my system before we got on screen, so I think I'm gonna be all right. But y'all already know what it is. We about to get to it, man. All the way live. Pantha Politix Podcast. We are back in the fucking building. I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pod Strickland, if you getting the point. I want to say before we even get to it, salute to the guys, P7 and Dyce Dylli out there in the world doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Getting to their business. You know what I'm saying? You'll see them again, so no worries. But it's all good because you already know you got the dynamic duo in this motherfucker. Monster, listen, what's good, my man?
What's good, bro?
Chilling, man. I'm chilling. Shit. How was your weekend, man? What you been on and shit?
Different game. But like, you ever been around a group of people and then you left and you realize like, oh, that it's because there was some bullshit happening. But then you kind of end up back in that realm and it's like some more bullshit people and you're just like that was my week. Different game. I can respect the streets, but this wasn't the street.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah,
I wasn't happy. So yeah, it was a weird weekend. But I did get to see somebody that you and I both hold in high regard. So that was cool. I just can't
no doubt. Yeah, I was actually gonna try to get with him too, but I had some shit going on. So you know what I'm saying? It's been a pardon me. Oh shit. Full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get on here and bullshit with y'all. It only real talk allowed. So it's been a tumultuous few months for myself. It's been kind of fucked up, to be honest with you, but not all bad. You know what I'm saying? Good shit still been popping off. There's I think for myself personally, I find my joys where I can find them at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I gotta find something. I can't just be like this all the time. Something's gotta make me feel a little better at least. And I can't even front, like, hearing new music does my soul good. You know what I'm saying? Seeing fly shit does my soul good. I like to see people that I know do well. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see my friends do well, it makes me feel good. So with that in mind, I hope y'all, I would like anybody who was a hip hop head, check out Superstition. It got some new videos dropping off the project with RJD2. Either Mad Assassin dropping new videos. Like, man, I'm really inspired by what my brothers are doing right now. So like, yeah, it kind of got me out of my slump. You know what I'm saying? Kind of got me out of my mind state of dealing with the bullshit that was going on. So it was dope, man. But Yeah, it was dope. It was absolutely dope. I think this week starting, like yo, I ain't even gonna front. Monday was fucking trash, B. Like, keep it a thou. Like Monday, the best shit that happened Monday was Monday Night Live, man. Like on everything. Like Monday was some bullshit. I went to work. Though, you ever had one of them days that just seemed like no matter what you do, it won't stop? Like this day just keeps fucking coming. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But like, it was one of them, man. I was like, what time is it? And they was like 10:30. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Feel like I've been here for 5 hours already. Yo, this is gonna be one of them, son. Like, oh man, that shit was crazy. Oh man. Speaking of crazy, you know what's crazy? You know, one of my favorite things in the world, this is one of my low-key favorite things. I like to see them shows where they take a house that's fucked up and they transform it into some fly shit. I love that shit. And part of it is because I know I can't do it. So like, I like seeing people do shit I can't do. Cool. I mean, I watch basketball, they be flying through their hands. I can't do none of that. But I love seeing people remodel. But sometimes the technique tends to be a bit troubling for me. Case in point, I saw a particularly odd remodeling technique recently online. Check this out. Jesus! Oh my God.
Did you ever see one of them last Godzilla movies where they go down into Godzilla's world?
Yes.
They kind of did it the same way.
That shit is crazy.
It was a little bit more lit up. But seemed kind of dark in that hole. Same thing though.
Man, that all I keep thinking to myself is, like, how often have you been in this place for your weight to have, like, you ain't aware that you moving shit around while you stepping? Like, like shit is not sitting right in this motherfucker right now. Oh my goodness.
I kind of wish the camera was at a different angle.
Yeah.
Because homie that was in the tub was real small. And you just kind of lose them. I wish the angle would have shown me.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is crazy, bro. I was like, yo, got him.
that turns a home remodel into a car crash video real quick. If you can see the face just before it happens.
Oh shit. Oh man. Now I love that shit. And another thing though that I love. See, you know what's crazy? The whole world around us is a weapon. Like everything around you can be used in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm talking about, you know, this microphone here. Obviously, that's a solid object. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like there's a lot of things just around that you could use to fuck somebody up. You know what I'm saying? Like even dirt. You could use dirt and really fuck the party up for somebody.
You think he fuck? You need to fucking quit, stupid fuck!
You see? With this, bro, I gotta see that again. Hold on.
Jesus, don't ask me all you fucking want, bro. You think he fuck? You need to fucking quit, stupid fuck! Jesus, don't ask me all you fucking want.
Headbutted the car.
Yeah, he was like, it's weird when you turn a weapon on yourself.
Oh my God. So, yo, that shit is crazy. I said, yo,
CTE can't be diagnosed until after you're dead.
That part.
But that dude rattled his brain.
And then got his brain rattled again.
Yeah.
and then got his brain rattled. Woo! Yeah, that's a lot of rattling, bro. You might want to go into the concussion protocol for a little while. They're gonna have to get you one of them big doofy helmets they be giving the motherfuckers in the NFL and shit. Like that shit looks crazy as fuck. Like you remember, I don't know if you remember seeing. I know you've been around motherfuckers playing, man. I know that really ain't your bag and shit, but like I know you used to play shit. I think you used to play, man, right? Okay, so you remember they used to have it where you could put the code in and everybody got a big ass head and shit.
Big head mode.
That's what that fucking Guardian cap looked like.
Yep.
That shit is insane, bro. I was like, yo, but if it keep y'all asses from being dumbfounded by the time you 40, I guess wear that shit. I mean, I can't be mad at that. Not even a little bit. Sheesh.
Yeah, I remember when they first rolled out them helmets, like all the jokes.
I was like, look at this. What are they doing? Oh man, they look crazy. Oh, that shit reminded me of
brain be swelling.
Yeah, that dog. It's fucked up you saying that, but I really was like, yo, is this shit like still swole? Like, what's going on? Oh shit. Oh, no. You know what's crazy? When a motherfucker get what they asked for. Like sometimes you can request something or say this, you think something is super dope, and then you get it, but it ain't quite what you. It ain't. You know what? Never mind. I'll just show you.
Thing a guy can do is make a little noise. Okay, let out a little, let out a little.
Oh shit. Yo. Oh man. I died so hard watching that shit.
Man, she said a little
That motherfucker went full blown James Brown. Shit.
There are some videos like, you know, he had a helmet cam. Cool. That video would never see the light of day.
Ever.
That shit would have got deleted immediately. As soon as you're done with your like gonzo.
Throw the whole SD card out. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Just take the camera off and just break it on the bike. Be like, nope, that shit broke in the crash. Come on, insurance.
Yeah, we're gonna try this again somewhere different. Yeah, oh shit. I'm sorry, that shit fucked me up. Oh my god. Yo, that shit is hilarious. And all I keep thinking is, okay, so funny story, real quick. So when I was a kid, I used to ride bikes a lot and shit. As a matter of fact, riding a bike is how I was a big kid, you know what I'm saying? I was the fat, dark-skinned kid on the block. I was big when I was I was young, you know what I'm saying? So I started riding a bike. My grandmother got me a bike in like the third or fourth grade. So I started riding that. And then by the time though I got into middle school, like I got a cool, some smooth shit, and I'm nice now. And I done lost weight, I'm stretching out, getting tall and shit. But one day I'm coming out the apartment's parking lot onto the main strip. I don't see this UPS, this UPS truck coming.
No.
Bro, I hit the turn. As soon as I hit the turn, I hear, I turn my head to look, and this nigga's right there. So I swerved to not get hit the curb, and took up. Yo, that shit, bro. I hit the motherfucking ground like a scud. I ain't. That shit hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. But that shit. Woo. But you know, I survived it. Clearly.
The most you can hope for was that there's like a puddle nearby or something. And it was like, just break the fall, baby. Come on.
That part. That part. Please, come on. Little patch of grass or something.
Yeah.
Nah, B. All concrete. That Nova Ember sidewalk. Oh, I paid the price. But damn it, that shit was funny. Oh my god. Nah. Oh, so there's a very common thing that gets thrown around. GOAT, greatest of all time. And in some cases, when it's used with certain people, I understand completely. No problem here. No argument over it. But I think that like when you take away like that term, like the thing that you would say prior to that was the greatest or the best, and best has a certain connotation. Like when somebody tell me somebody's the best at something, there's a certain expectation to come with that, or that something is the best. There's an expectation to come with that. Like I want you to tell me if this meets the qualifications for best. Just tell me.
Hello, welcome. Have room, have condom, have care, good, take care, do everything, fuck ass, fuck pussy, suck your dick, lick your ball, lick your ass, suck long way, good job, blow job, hand job, foot job, pussy job.
I mean, I think it's pretty fucking awesome personally, but
it's in the running. It's a part of the big three.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If there's a Rushmore, I'm pretty sure it's hanging out.
Yeah.
Right up there. Right up there. Yeah. It's hanging out up there. Woo. I saw that shit and I was like, what? What block is this?
I can tell you, it's a hell of a pitch.
It should look like a Rory. Yo, bro, no bullshit, no cap. I seen a motherfucker ask in an online forum, is prostitution legal on Aurora in Seattle? I was like, I'm just here for the comments.
Yeah.
I lit my J, had me a little popcorn, and had a fucking blast. They was like, hey, dog, let me ask you a question. What the fuck? What the fuck you think going on in Seattle that prostitution is legal on Aurora? I said,
There's a lot going on Aurora.
Yeah, ain't none of it legal, but it's going on.
That phone rings, it's like, nope. I'll get back to you.
Yep.
I'm busy.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm about to text you the link. Call me back after you get done reading. That's oh, shit.
I don't know what you needed to talk about, but it wasn't important, and I can prove it to you.
Oh my god, oh shit, man. Oh, I don't even really know what to say about this. I'm gonna be honest. I watched it, and I was smoking when I watched it, and the outcome was the same. So I'm gonna just play it, and then we'll talk about it.
See? You just want the puddle to break your fall. That's the best you can ask for. Damn. I've heard splashes at SeaWorld that weren't that impressive.
You heard? I'm not so sure that Simone Biles got anything on this guy. Like the form, the turns, the turns were fluid. It was just like, and I was like, yeah, I watched a lot of the Olympics in my lifetime, especially in gymnastics as well. And I'm just gonna tell you, I haven't seen anybody do it that well. Like now he might have been unconscious. I don't know, but. But whatever it was, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He ate his spinach that morning. Had his what's the shit they used to the Olympics? Wheaties. He had his Wheaties that day. Yeah, absolutely. He was on his shit.
See, now, I don't fuck with R. Kelly, but there's no way that the moment that motorcycle hit, that dude didn't fly through the air like, I believe I can fly. And R. Kelly wouldn't be fucking with it because his second thought was go limp.
Yes.
So R. Kelly got no interest.
He remixed that shit. I believe I'ma die.
Yeah.
Yo,
that track should have been over that video.
I believe I'ma die. When I land, I'm gonna touch the sky. Oh shit, dog, that's crazy. We might have to reconstruct that in slow mo and put the jam behind it. Hell yeah, I'm with it. Oh shit. Now I'll tell you one of the things I don't I just hate to see it, man. Disrespectful people. I be trying to figure out, like, especially when I can't figure out a reason why you would deem the disrespect to be so warranted. You know what I mean? Like, I know you said, like, it's been plenty of times we've been places and somebody that did some shit. I seen you with some shit we ain't even got nothing to do with. You like, hey, motherfucker, hold up. I'm like, oh shit, yep. There they go. They fucking up the program. Oh man. But sometimes, you just have to examine the disrespect up close and personal so that you can find a better understanding of what's going on, and then maybe nobody got to get slapped. We'll see.
Of people folding their pizza like this. Right. Okay. I don't want my first taste buds to taste the bottom. I want it to taste the top. So we're going to fold it like this.
Absolutely the fuck not, sweetheart. Now you can take that bullshit. You could take that bullshit elsewhere, because we're not fucking doing that. That actually just pissed me off. I understand it's just food. But you disrespected the fucking shit out of me right there. Don't ever do some bullshit like that again, because
Don't ever do no bullshit like that again. How dare you? I send my homegirls to jump you, lady. What the fuck is wrong with you? How you go disrespect pizza like that? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
That's white privilege.
You feel me? You ought to be ashamed. Hey, the Italians be fucking with the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't them your bitch? The fuck? Fight on white violence is some bullshit. Black on black violence. Listen, the funny thing is, the funniest shit in the world is, I gotta be honest with you. There's nothing in the world I enjoy more than a little white on white violence. I don't mind it at all. So like,
you ain't wrong.
I don't have a problem with it one bit. That's just myself. That's just myself. But it is what it is. Yeah, lady, go eat a salad or something. Leave the fucking pizza alone. Leave the pizza to the professionals. Your silly ass. Fuck wrong with you?
That dude's funny as hell, though. I love that dude. I can't remember his name off the top, but when I post the video, I'll make sure I tag him. But his videos are funny.
He remind me of Dyce. Andrew Dyce Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Oh man. Now, one of my favorite cartoon characters in the world is Mushmouth. Absolutely. Mushmouth. And I'll tell you why, real quick. I was watching Fat Albert one time when I was a kid, and I just so happened to have said some dumb shit not too long before that and got popped in my mouth. So when he started talking, I felt his vibe, and I was like, man, it's kind of how the fuck I sound right now.
This is not okay.
Me and Mushmouth been locked in ever since. We've been locked in ever since. Absolutely. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah. But I say that to say this. First of all, I think y'all gonna enjoy this as much as I did. Oh. And I always brought up Mushmouth because that's what I named the video in my save files. So yeah. Let's get it.
Oh, I had a epinephrine. Epinephrine. I had one. I know I did.
Why did he go back to med school on the first one? He was talking about like epinephrine and shit.
Bro, what in the hell?
Damn. Homie doesn't even remember the good idea that he had.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. He like, I had one. I know I did.
Yeah.
Man,
he was
listen,
like, shit, I lost them both. The word and the idea. God damn it.
Don't put none of that shit in my Dutch because I'm good. I don't want none of that shit. Good God almighty.
Homie had $1 million idea and had to go back to work.
He mad as shit right now. Video going viral as fuck. He mad as shit. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Oh man. Now I know you know what I'm saying, we do we be on the fisticuff shit a lot, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I lucked up and got the UFC pack with one of them shits I got. So I was like, oh shit. So I could go back and watch. Oh shit, I could. So I'm studying techniques and all of that good shit. But I know you, particularly, you know what I'm saying, you always coming across the fly training shit. So like, yeah. You want to let us know what you've been fucking with lately?
Yeah. No, I've been getting back into it, man. So, you know, I've been, like I said, I've been scrolling around a little bit and, you know, looking at different styles, you know, growing up as mainly a boxer and then kind of getting into martial arts, starting to, you know, look more at like grappling and things like that. And I was like, I really started to deep dive. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this shit serious. So I started like looking up different art forms. And they, like, some of them just have a simplicity about them that I really love. And those are the ones that I'm really drawn to. So this first one right here, I was like, okay, simple, easy enough. Let's go.
Play it already. God damn.
Now you know how I like a good blade. The visual of it is not inviting, but it's gonna get the job done.
Factoid. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I know how to use a blade, but like, I want to know like what everybody is doing. Like most of the shit that I learned from the streets right here. So I started looking internationally, and you know, you have a lot of Middle Eastern movements. You have a lot of you know, Far East martial arts forms. And I was like, you know what? Like all of those are fire and I can dig that. And I've been studying those too, but I was like, when we talk about like martial arts, we never look south. I wonder what Mexico's doing. So I checked it out and some of it's impressive. Check.
Ataque con cuchillo. Él va a ser el que me va a atacar. Por supuesto, yo voy a ser el que se va a defender, ¿sí? Del ataque con cuchillo. El primer ataque, yo bloqueo. Ahora, te voy a atacar. Sí, ataque. Ahí va, yo bloqueo. Bloqueo, paso por abajo y en ese... ¡Ay! Ya, cruz, ahí. Ay, no. Yo te digo cuándo atacar porque si no, no puedo hacer. Pará, ataca, ahora. Yo defiendo. Ay. No, te ataco. Cruz. ¿Ves? No. Ataca con cuchillo. Ahí va, defiendo con patada. Ahí. ¿En serio, gordo? Sí. Ahí, eso. Ahí. Ahora sí. Perfecto. Bueno, va, pará.
Oh shit.
So not only are they studying blade work, but man, he was throwing hands too.
This nigga died 9 times.
Yeah. And so watching that, I was like, okay, Mexico's on their shit. Like, you know, maybe not the defense, but the offense is on point. But then, like, I started thinking, and I like started deep diving a little further, and I was like, you know what has become insanely popular in the US and has really ended a lot of fights that a lot of people don't think about, and it's really only here. Anyway, I can show you better than I can tell. Go ahead.
No doubt.
Folded him over backward with that bitch slap.
Bitch better have my money. Oh shit.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but pre-pause, he popped the cheek before he hit him. And then backhanded that motherfucker down to wherever she fell to in that bathtub.
That was that motherfucker folded like a lawn chair in reverse.
So yeah, I'm ready to dedicate that the US perfected the bitch slap. And
Absolutely.
you know, that's a US art form. But like I said, I'm trying to get away from the US. So I started looking at the internal elements of combat. And one of the key elements of combat is even if you're losing the battle, you have to win the war. So you don't quit, you just re-strategize. And I started going down those efforts. And again, I branched out internationally. And I saw some great things. And then I realized throughout a few of the videos and a few of the art forms that there comes a point where you should just quit. Kind of like this.
Yeah, I think he probably could have stopped a while ago. I think maybe the leg sweep should have done it. Like, okay, let me just lay here. All right, bro, we good.
Yeah. The pickup, the drop, like at any of those points, he could have been like, you know what? I've rethought this. And then not only did he go for that high kick again, if I ever get drop kicked in the ass and my head driven through a wall, I'm not getting up. Like, ever. I'm done. I'm like, you know what? I'm dead. I'm good.
Even if I'm not, I am.
Yeah. So yeah, at some point,
it's
okay to quit. But just know that that's just the battle.
Yeah.
Know when you've lost the battle. And then go look toward the war. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep looking toward the war, and that was my training day.
Man, I'm digging it. I'm gonna have to get on my 1-2 on my algorithm. I don't be catching no shit like this. I need this in my life. I need to you know what I'm saying, I need to diversify my talents and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's been kind of hard to be lazy lately, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, for one, I don't really know what that means, but like every now and then you just be tired, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with being tired as long as you got a solution for the problem. And we definitely got a solution for the problem. For those of y'all who are content creators or who may possibly be artists of any kind, if you are creating art and sharing it with the world, there are going to be times when your focus is lacking, when your energy is down. Those are the times when you need W energy in your life. Right now, go to w.gg on the interweb thingy, you know. Go to w.gg, use code Pantha Politix, save 10% off your order. Look, man, the flavors are fire. The energy rise is very natural. There's no crash at the end. You have a nice, smooth landing. I don't know what to tell you more than that. All I can tell you right now is go to w.gg. Use code Pantha Politix. Save 10% on your order. Actually, I don't even really gotta tell you that. I can show you.
Put your hands up. It's time to take all respect. You got to shine. I'ma take all that's left. Cause this is a verbal sticker. I spit the flames at your chest. Come to the stage, start embracing the best. Nigga, I want the limelight. Run that. This is my mic. Run that. That watch nice. Run that. And it shine bright. Run that. I want your mind right. Run that. And your eyes right here. Give me what you got. As far as energy, I want that. Want that. Want that.
Nah, seriously, up against the wall, run the contract, dog. It's a dark era, don't make the God clap on your head, chest, or neck. Show all due respect to the 2KO dog with a little bit of Omar. With just enough we pay the floor, y'all. War raw riddles, got those nursery rhymes, the jaw scribble. When the drop, watch these young stars spit.
Me and the family hooded up. Oh man, salute the SCP, man. East and West, y'all already know what it is, man. My brother AP, what up, dog? What up, dog? He made that beat too. Yeah, w.gg. Pantha Politix, 10% right now. Well, not right now. Wait till the episode over. Wait till the episode over. Then you can do that. Unless you listen to the audio, then feel free. Oh, I missed something though, but it's cool. Like I ain't tripping. Because at the end of the day, we can do what the fuck we want. So, so with that said, there was some shit that I seen because I know a lot of times we talk about we be talking about the news and shit that we see on the news and shit that's pop. You know what? Damn, never mind. I know why I didn't say shit about it now. Because the video got fucked up. But anyway, I'm gonna tighten it up and I'll have that for y'all next week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's okay. Got something just as good because we about to get into some music shit. But before we do, Monster always seemed to come across the craziest way to move into the music segment. It'd be dope shit. Would it be some wild shit? And I'd be like, that's crazy. Like, how did I not? I don't understand. Your algorithm is very, very different from mine. Very, very different from mine. Yeah. Let's see what we got cooking here. Let's see what we got cooking. I think y'all gonna enjoy this just as much as I do.
I came in with my dick in my hand. Don't make me go and put my foot in your ass, be cool. The man right here, help the man. Don't make me pay your potato. Did I do that? Danger. Ooh, nothing. Get on the floor. Shake it. Watch it. Shake it. Show me what you're working on.
Oh, man. The small wins, man. The small wins. The small wins.
Just for when you're having a rough day.
You know, just remember, at one point, Mystical sat down somewhere and wrote that on a piece of paper. All of those words, he wrote them on a piece of paper. And then said them out loud. And oh man, that shit is crazy. Oh man. Before we get into music, it's a couple of people I want to shout out real quick. Today makes, what is it? 12 years. I think it was 2014. Yeah, well, not today. It was actually, by the time you hear this, it'll be day before yesterday. But it marked the anniversary of the passing of the December man himself, Prince Rogers Nelson. Man, rest in peace, man. Prince is an absolutely, like, for those of y'all who ain't hip, I feel bad for y'all. Like, if you was born later and your people ain't put you on to Prince, they did you a massive disservice. Massive disservice. One of the greatest artists of all time, easily. Can play everything. If you can put the instrument in front of him, he can play it. made some of the most memorable records. Like, dog, he was in a bad movie that's a fucking classic. Like, he got his own belly. He got the Prince, whatever genre of music you want to call him. He got that version of Belly. Purple Rain. That shit wasn't good. Not really. If you're being honest, it wasn't good. But it's Prince, and he in his bag, and that shit was fly, regardless of whether it was. I mean, he can't act for shit, but like, couldn't act for shit. That's my man, 50 grand though. Rest in peace, Prince, man. One love.
One of the most brilliant people in the music industry, though, and I guarantee he made $1 million off that movie. So he was like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Yeah, and then they went and did Under the Cherry Moon and Graffiti Bridge. Like he said, y'all gonna keep coming back to this pool until y'all don't come show up for this shit. Mm-hmm. I know it ain't good, but as long as y'all pull it up and pay it, I'm doing it. It's all good. Oh man, yo, I'm fucking with that though, man. Rest in peace, Prince, man. And also, man, I didn't realize it had been this long already, but rest in peace to Shock G. I think it's 5 years since he passed away. No, more than 5 years. What was it? Shit, I can't remember. I feel bad that I can't remember. No, it has been 5 years. Absolutely. 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Or 2021. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Shock G was a fucking genius for those of y'all that don't know. Man, Shock G was a genius. And we wouldn't have had the Tupac experience that we had without Shock G. Period. While I'm talking about that, even if you weren't a fan of Digital Underground, even if you weren't a fan of Shock G, Shock G is responsible for one of the brightest flames that ever burned in this art form that we love. And gave him a way to translate into that, because it wasn't that in the beginning. So when you hear Pac talk about, when you hear Shock G tell the story on Thug Immortal, when he was talking about Pac was like, but if I could get a beat like Kiss You Back, you know what I'm saying, in the studio, and then Shock was like, oh, I get it. You don't know how to pick the beat. You just like want to go. Like, okay, I got you. And so now you get, you know what I'm saying, I Get Around and all them type of shits that Shock gave him. You don't get the Tupac that you know and love without Shock G. And it's a lot of other shit that happened through West Coast hip hop because of what Digital Underground did that you probably wouldn't have seen without him. So, yeah, rest in peace, Shock. Damn. I got a picture with his son, by the way. Salute the young hump, man. For real. Salute to him, man. Yeah. I don't know. Feeling sentimental right now. I guess I'm high. Shit. Oh man. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk some music shit. Let's get back into some real shit right quick. A lot of dope shit out right now. We already told y'all it's been hard for us to kind of keep up with shit. Should we start with the OG, or we gonna start with the young gun running the marathon right now?
Let's start with the marathon.
Marathon, say less. Oh, makes sense. Absolutely. Well, in that case, Boldy James and producer your boy Pasca, Hook, Line, and Sinker. Man, Boldy is in sniper mode right now. He is really, really going to get it, and I really think that doing that project with Ransom put a battery in his back too. But yeah. So I mean, I know we had an opportunity to run through it a little bit, and thankfully it's a fairly short project. So, how was you feeling about Hook, Line, and Sinker?
I dug it. I took a few notes. So, I like Taken to the Grave. It was a simple beat, but it was dope, especially as an opener.
Right.
Boldy coming out the gate, again, this whole project he just killed on. I'm not going to go a whole lot into like a lyrical review, just because there comes a point where they're like it just becomes ad nauseum to say that Boldy James is out there killing it right now. But I think that the vocal accompaniment that he had, I don't know if that's a sample or if they actually got somebody to go in there and do that. To me, it sounds like a sample. There were points where I absolutely love that it's on there. I think that it offers a lot to the track. But there were points where it was going right over the top of Boldy James, and it makes it kind of difficult to break apart. So I think that they could have used it differently and it could have been better, but it worked. Going on to Crime Scene. So this is track 5, and I know it's a big jump. I'm going to come back and kind of talk about all of the beats. But with Crime Scene, fire beat, I could have done without the French verse, and that's nothing against the French. But to me, when you're looking at a Boldy James album, especially with how much he's killing it lyrically, to go through a full verse not knowing what the hell was going on, like that took me out a little bit. But overall, throughout the entire album, 7 tracks, your first 4 tracks are relatively kind of low key. And he can really just go in and punch lyrically. Crime Scene was a really good kind of in between track to really start to get the hype going, and then you get into Dope Boy, and that guitar riff on Dope Boy just sent that track over the top for me. Yes. Absolutely killed it. And then he starts to level you back out a little bit with Dealer's Cut, and not ending on the highest of highs. Like, it's still a fire beat, but he's allowing to bring it back down a little bit. But you still have a very a very good cap off to the album.
For sure.
So to me, the structure of the album itself was done perfectly. Like I said, there were a couple things in there that I kind of could have done without. But lyrically, he remained untouchable for 2026. So this is definitely going on the Boldy playlist. I'm going to continue to spin it. But yeah, smoked it again. Not my favorite of his this year, but definitely a good addition.
Yeah, I think one of the things I liked about it, I feel like Posca's, I think the drumless production mostly. I think it works well with Boldy's monotone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that the drums don't work. It's just that, like, certain people, when I hear them on drumless beats, it don't sound right to me. But Boldy's voice works because it kind of just rolls bass line. And so the sample that's rolling can do what it needs to do, and he ain't interfering with it for the most part. But like you said, there are a couple of points where there are some clashes. It's super laid back. I think the album in and of itself, though, and it's strange for me to use this word, I guess, but it's very inviting. Like it kind of makes you want to say. I think one of the big things for me was like he's sharp as always with the pen. Like, there's no I can't think of a time I heard Boldy and was like, yeah, that was trash. Like, I can't think of a time. And I've been fucking with Boldy for 5-6 years now. So like I guess the biggest thing for me is in regards to maybe what I wasn't kind of totally feeling. I would like to have heard maybe some additional people elements. You know what I'm saying? No diss to Boldy, is just to break up it's like there's a monotony that gets created at a point when you rap monotone and there's no percussion to move the song forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I mean, I guess that would be the thing as far as what kind of was sort of a retraction for me, but or detraction for me. But other than that, like, nah, I was still able to listen to it all the way through, like, several times, without that being an issue. But I could see where that could become a thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you, but not my best, not my favorite of even what he's released in the last year, but definitely a solid project. Absolutely, I would love to hear them do another one, and see, you know, what improvements get made from that.
I agree with you on the accompaniment, and I think for a little, like, kind of 7-track pack, it's really easy for an artist to fall in the stigma of, this is not a very long album. Like, in order for me to get my shit off, like, I don't need anybody else. But at the same time, if you're looking at everything you've put out this year, like, you have nothing to prove in these 7 tracks. So having a few people on the album, like, doesn't hurt you at all. So I completely agree with you, and I think it's a good thing to call out to, you know, any artist out there, that it's like, it's not, you don't have to look at every album as kind of a single entity. Like, what you're putting out, especially when you're putting out at the volume that he is this year, like, you can take all of that into consideration and, you know, take some of those risks that you wouldn't normally take if you're dropping every 2 or 3 years.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, there's definitely there are points where there are limitations in regards to what you can allow yourself to not do when you don't drop frequently. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might kind of got to get in your bag. If it's not going to be very often, it's got to be top shelf every time. So yeah, I think Boldy has done a good job of building himself some cushion going forward. So if the next, you know, if he was to drop one that was aight, you know what I'm saying, he's built up enough leverage that it'll hold him over to the next one. Absolutely. Salute Boldy and Posca, most definitely. Dope shit. Hook, line, and sinker. Go bump that shit. Go bump that shit. We're gonna swing it down to the dirty right now though. OG's in the building. OG's in the building. Mother and Juvenile. And it's crazy to be talking about a 50-something-year-old nigga and calling him Juvenile. But hey, Juvenile back with Boiling Point, produced by none other than Manny Fresh. Hey, man, listen. Listen, hey, y'all already know what it is when Juvie and Manny get together, man. So this is kind of outside of the bounds of what we normally talk about on the pod, but I'm glad we talking about it, because not only for the OG factor, but also just for the quality, and to give a shout out to New Orleans, and like that regular, like the real New Orleans hip hop sound, not the shit that sound like the shit we listen to on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, Monster, how did you feel about Boiling Point?
So this is a fairly long album. And it's not surprising because, you know, this is his first drop in quite a while. But even with the extent of the album, you're talking 20 tracks, 19 tracks, because there's one remix on there, 51 minutes. This whole thing just seemed like he had a lot of fun doing it. And damn, like I got a fair amount of notes on this one. A lot of them are just around the beat. You know, there are a few concepts and things like that. I didn't do a lyrical analysis, and most of it just kind of concept. But like going through, starting at track, what is it? Like, I think it's track 4 with Pay Me. I started there because he calls the track Pay Me. Like everything else, it's a very good lead in. Like he, you know, getting used to hearing Juvenile again. But it's all very kind of standard Juvenile. And then with Pay Me, he really gets in his Juvenile bag. Because if normally if we're on some street shit, you got a track called Pay Me. Like, you're getting ready to get into some aggressive shit. But the hook is Pay Me Back in Pussy. And then for the second hook, like, the first hook is like, oh shit. Like, this is the Juvenile that I showed up for. And then he's got a whole nother verse, but when he gets into the hook again, he even stutters that shit. And the stutter on the hook, it's almost like he did like a fucking like scratch track to his hook, just vocally, to a hook where he's talking, "Pay me back in pussy," and that to me was just like perfect. I could not have asked for better. That beat was by Kid Maestro. It was fire. Going on to You Mad, the beat was by Swiss Beats. The violins almost overpowered the track, but it was worth it with how crazy they got with the violins. And the violins almost like sidelined the track, because there's a point where the violins are so crazy that it's almost impossible to find the beat, but they kept going. Jumping to Hot Boy Summer, beat by C. Smith. That's the epitome of Juvie trying to get some ass, it felt like. He goes into the interlude, and that kept the hook of fuck something and doze off. That whole track leading it into that interlude was amazing. The interlude itself, bringing in the electric guitar, I actually had to go and look at my phone to see if like they just switched up the beat, but no, he just created a whole nother track, kept that same concept going of trying to get some ass, but was like, now put some guitar behind it. Cool.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Going into the reunion, crazy beat. I don't know who did it. I would assume that we're going back to Manny Fresh, because it wasn't declared, but I don't know. But the piano bell combo on that was fire. That combination to me is just always a banger. Meth Town, Kid Maestro killed it again with the pianos. This is the one lyric that I did write down. He said, "I told you I was dope to all you cokeheads. This shit right here make you crawl like you got roach legs."
Wow. Yeah.
And I was just like, hold on. I rewounded. I was like, wait, Juvenile. What'd you say? And sure enough, I was right. But absolutely dope beat. Yeah, damn. Pull Up, D-Rock piano was perfect. Perfectly molded the melody to the drums. And then you have this little bell accent for the lead in and the hook. This potentially could have been my favorite beat on the album. Just damn. Fuego, you got the trombone with Trombone Shorty. He was the producer, but then you also have the horns in the track. And with the electric guitar, you got a very good Latin rap feel to it. That guitar, it hit me on this track that Juvie loves talking about fucking with a guitar there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you hear a guitar on a Juvie track, he's talking about fucking. I don't care if he's trying to do some Shakespeare shit where he's like, you don't know what I'm talking about. He's talking about fucking.
That's what he's talking about. Believe that.
What You Mean, again, the beat was unlisted. So I would assume it was Manny Fresh, but Juvie and Akeem Ali was a dope mix.
Yes.
I want to hear more of that. That, to me, that was the perfect balance. Never Go Broke, London on the track, and C. Smith did the beat. simple piano lead in, but it led into some high tone piano and then the synth crawl going into the hook. Absolutely loved it. And then there was that vocal accompaniment of "Fuck That, I Ain't Going Back." Perfect. One more round. That sounded like a damn Taylor Swift song. I had no idea what the fuck what he was doing. The beat was done by 2 Live Bree. To me, this was the point, like the peak of experimentation on this album. He made it work. You could tell that he did this for fun. I had no fucking clue. Like, I thought that I had accidentally hit like shuffle or something, but then it hit me 2 seconds later. I don't got nothing that sounds like this on my phone. So there's no way that could have happened. And then I realized, and then he came in rapping his shit again. And I was like, okay, like, you did this just because you wanted to have fun. And he was just rapping about getting fucked up. He was just rapping about drinking. And it was like, makes sense now. He Gone. That one was done by Manny Fresh again. The horns and the bells were fucking perfect. That's the one with Juvie and D1. Both Juvie and D1's verses were crazy. I don't know who they were talking to. You know, I don't get into hip-hop news. I don't get into the news at all, really. I'm not sure who they were talking to, but they were talking about somebody specific. So I'm sure that you can call that out. Second to the last track. Yeah. The beat was unlisted, so maybe it was Manny Fresh, but you also got Timbaland on that. So, but there was that little ominous organ with that drum line, and that, to me, that was fire. My last note, BBB. The beat is done by Skolo and D-Rock. The original BBB, that's in the middle of the album. Then you have the remix with Meg Thee Stallion on it. To me, this is an interesting display on how female hip-hop artists are, I guess, the following that they get. Because I don't think anybody would argue that Meg Thee Stallion is one of the hottest people in hip hop. Definitely one of the hottest female artists out there. If you listen to these 2 tracks, this is just my opinion. If you don't like it, fuck you. Genesis the God killed her. Genesis's verse was fire. Meg Thee Stallion's verse was mid at best to me. She had a couple bars in there, but that shit was mid. Why did you remix it with some mid shit? Just let the track live. And the thing is, a lot of people are going to say it's because Meg Thee Stallion is fine. Please go look up on Google. Just Google Genesis the God. GAWD. And then go hit images. And fuck you. Genesis is gorgeous. She can rap her ass off. This track did not need to be remixed. It did not need Meg Thee Stallion on it. You could have let it live. So to me, I'm going to continue to spin this album. It's a very fun album to listen to. If you want just some bullshit, if you want to just hear about juvenile fucking, go check the album. I am going to continue to spin this, but I am going to be taking the Meg Thee Stallion track off, and I am just spinning the Genesis the God track for BBB. That's the original, and to me, that was perfect. It did not need the remix. That's the one thing where I was like, why did you fucking do that? He rapped over a goddamn Taylor Swift beat. And I was like, you know what? Makes sense. That's the one thing I got a problem.
It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's more about name recognition in regards to that, because as much as I absolutely adore looking at Megan Thee Stallion, this shit right here, Jesus,
Bro,
Genesis to God to be more careful.
I've seen pictures of her that she just posted on social media where she was just in her crib in some like sweatpants and shit. No makeup, like hair not done and anything, and she's still fucking gorgeous.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Oh, damn. You know what? I just realized I didn't say what I think about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I didn't say what
I went on a rant on this. But yeah.
Oh, nah. I mean, and realistically speaking, I ain't got a whole lot to add. Like, okay, so I'm gonna state from the top. I always fucked with Juvie to a point. You know what I'm saying? Just like I fuck with most guys who aren't what I normally to a point. But I always thought Juvie was dope, and I always been a fan of how he put projects together, his beat selection, all of that shit. Like Juvie knows how to make a record. I feel like on this particular project, he said, you know what? My biggest songs are all club records for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Back that ass up, club record. Ha turned into a club record, even though it was a street record, it turned into a club record. You know what I'm saying? Like all of Juvie's joints that went ended up in the club. So like then it turned into, okay, so how can I talk the shit I want to talk and still give them that? You know what I'm saying? And it still sound like me. Boom. Boiling point. I just gotta say off the top, man, the Taylor Swift song. I don't like that shit. One More Round was not for me. Fuego was not for me. Even Hot Boy Summer with Jacquees, I wasn't craziest about it. It was okay. I realized at a point while I was listening to this album that do it with the wrong ears, so I turned it off and started over. Like I had literally just got done listening to like Slaughterhouse, and then I listened to Juvenile. So I needed to take a time out, remove myself from that, get in a different frame of mind altogether. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, came back to the album, and I was in the right space to go. I think he did an excellent job, per usual, picking beats for the most part, other than, you know, a few records that I don't really fuck with. But it's solid. It does have a definite nostalgic, you know, effect to it. I fuck with what's the name of the joint? Drop the Location. I like that. Drop the Low is dope. Hot Off the Hot is dope. But it's kind of like really the Jones that I feel like are a little more poppy are really the only Jones I don't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But I sincerely hope this ain't his last album, because there's a lot of people I've seen referring to it as like a victory lap, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I hope you ain't right, because if he's still making records like this, why stop? You know what I'm saying? BG sounded good. Whoever wrote that shit for Birdman did a good job. I agree. And I tell you, I mean, it's one of my guilty pleasures. I am absolutely positively a Megan Thee Stallion fan. I listen to her music like on purpose. I'll go to Spotify and turn her shit on. So like, for me to hear that, and I was hopeful that she would compete, because I know she can rap, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like she went in there on cruise control and just said, well, I'm gonna just put my voice on this record. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't giving the respect you deserve. Did you not hear Genesis verse before you did this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And more importantly than that, this Juvenile we talking about. You know what I'm saying? You from Texas, you should understand what that means. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, overall, I fuck with it. I can totally see myself like pulling certain genres, especially when I'm trying to get in a certain vibe and shit. I can definitely see myself pulling certain genres and just turning them shits on and turning that shit up loud. You know what I'm saying? Yo, as a matter of fact, I'll tell y'all, if you were in them gym niggas, like you would, I think you would love this album in the gym. You would have loved this album in the gym, absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Salute to Juvie, Manny Fresh, all the other producers involved in the project. Salute to Cash Money, man. Still out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? Still out here getting it. I hope, for what it's worth. And now, mind you, I hope this with the hopes that everything be straight business-wise too. No bullshitting, no nothing. Like everything straight up and down. I would love to see the Hot Boys do one more album.
No doubt.
With all four of them. I would love to see that. And let them have some Manny beats on there, but then get some shit from some of these new cats. I would love to see that, yeah. Especially with Wayne having become what he's become. Now let's joust on these records and see what's what. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'd love to see that shit.
I do want to clarify before we move on real quick. Like, my frustration with Meg Thee Stallion on that track, like, I got no problem with Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
I just don't think that track should have happened. I just don't want people thinking that I'm hating, because I respect Meg Thee Stallion. Like I said, I'm not saying like that. That's why I said it the way that I said it in the beginning. I didn't say that she was one of the biggest female hip hop artists out there. She's one of the biggest hip hop artists out there right now.
Period.
Yeah. So like, this is definitely not any hate directed at her. I just hate to see, what some would consider the B grade artists, whether they be male or female. But I think the female artists get shit on a lot, where they come in with smoke and then they get overshadowed by some bullshit. And I think that's exactly what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people are going to spin that Meg Thee Stallion one because it's Meg Thee Stallion. But to me, Genesis of God had a far superior verse. And that's all I'm saying. So I don't want it to seem like I'm shitting on Meg Thee Stallion. I want people to be clear on that. It's just in this particular thing, she didn't need to be there.
Mm-mm. I agree wholeheartedly. Oh yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, yeah, I was wondering the same shit. At first, when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I hope they leave Genesis verse on there too. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to hear the whole thing. But when I heard Meg verse, I was like, you could have kept that though. Like, you could have just not remixed this record. Like, I get it. You doing that because you're thinking it's gonna go on a radio play or whatever because Meg on the record. Cool. I get it, but nah, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. Oh man. Shit, we got one more to go, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what that means, right? Those of y'all who are veterans, y'all already know what's about to happen. Those of y'all who are here for your first time, hope it's not your last time because it is, but please, by all means, turn your volume down just a bit. Turn your volume down right now.
They're like, you're damn right. This is my last time listening. This is my last time listening to anything. I'm damn.
I can't hear nothing. Nothing I say. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. Full long blades. We about to get into it. Tonight, we talking about the Benchmark EP from none other than Six Man Entertainment's own Crotana P. Man, like, I don't know how familiar y'all are with 6 Man. I know we talked about C shit on here before. Me and Van Gunn's done a lot of work together. Murder Megs, what up? Honey De Niro, what up? I think City Rich down with them. DJ City Rich down with them now too. Like, they got a whole squad of like everybody. I don't remember it. I'm blame my head, not my heart, yo. Salute to the whole 6 Man. But anyway, right now we talking. Huh? Blame Louise, no doubt. Hell yeah, shit. Jeez, Louise. But yeah, man, Crotana P, man, veteran in the game. You know what I'm saying? Repping the BX, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, don't be ridiculous. But anyway, I don't know if this was your intro to Crotana. I know he was on Van Gunn's project previous, but
yeah. So I have heard him.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have heard him on Van Gun stuff. This was my first time catching one of his whole projects. So and he killed it on the feature. Well, like on the track that I heard. So I did have some good high expectation going in. Again, I didn't do a lyrical analysis. I figured that you're going to get that. So I just mainly stuck to production. But I can tell you that he rapped his ass off. What the fuck happened? Oh. Leading to my first note, Guitar Case Shooter is fire, but it has like the drop off of all drop offs to where I thought my phone just died. But yeah, like being able to kind of like flesh out this whole project was dope. Yeah, he killed it as far as verse and like his tonality. I really enjoy it, and it's funny that you brought up what you brought up with the Boldy James album with the drums, because that's kind of why I told you to do Boldy first, because Boldy drops a lot of his drums. Mm-hmm. Cortona P loves his fucking drums. Like throughout this whole album, those drum lines were crazy. Yeah, loves that shit. That was actually my first note. It has his name, the album, and then right underneath it, this dude loves his fucking drums. But yeah, Guitar Case Shooter, very simple guitar with a heavy ass kick drum. And I don't know who produced it. I'm gonna go and check real quick just so that I don't fuck this up. Shade Cobain. You did your fucking thing on that beat. Because like I said, it's a very, very simple guitar with a fucking aggressive drum line. But they were married kind of perfectly. And yeah, killed it. Yes. Believing Heathen, Murder Meg did that one. Very subtle violin and bell underneath another crazy drum line. I've talked a lot about on here how the high ends can really drown out somebody's tonality. This is the perfect example of the opposite of that, where you have somebody with the tonality of Cortona P, and the high ends, if they would have gone a more aggressive high end and dropped the drums a little bit, those high ends would have drowned him on this track. But they flipped it where the drum line is the feature, and then the melodies and the high end are riding underneath it. And that's why his voice pops so well on that record. Just killed it. Going on to the next track, On and On. This one was, you start to get out of the aggressive drums and you start getting into more of a mixed beat like you would be used to. So the drums are lessened and the melodies really start to go through. This one was by Freak Show, and you hear the drums first, and I was like, okay, here we go with another drum track, but they were lower. And then you hear a fucking xylophone come in. And I was like, this track's going to be fire. Of course, Freak Show. I'm going to be looking him up. But a dude named Freak Show bringing in the xylophone as your lead melody, I was like, it fits. This is perfect. And killed it. Another perfect marriage of melody and drumline. But yeah, the xylophone is so underused and can offer that perfect melody. It fits perfectly with his tonality. I could not have been happier with that beat. Unbelievable Truth. You start going into this Gothic church style. You got the high-end piano, but then you got that chorus chant, and that just hit.
That shit's
Like,
fire.
yeah, that whole track just really kept me just fully engaged. Fucking loved it. And then going on to We Are the Greatest, you got the horns taken over to end it out. The perfect cap to a dope album. I could not have asked for more. So a very short album. And I'm sorry, I don't believe I called out the producers. So I don't even know how to say that one. SLVRBCK Silverback Lauren, maybe.
Silverback Lauren, yeah.
Killed it. And then you got, so that was for Unbelievable Truth. We Are the Greatest. Oh, I mean, that was Van Guns. You know what? Of course it was Van Guns because it had the horns. It was a perfect marriage. It was the perfect cap. Absolutely smoked it. So yeah, I could not have asked for more for this album. 6 tracks, 15 minutes. Honestly, the only thing that like I would offer as far as like a criticism, it was 15 minutes. I got through 6 tracks and I'm like, where's the rest?
That part.
I wasn't happy because I wasn't done listening to it. So I spun it twice. But yeah, like
you do this.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to more of his albums. I don't know what his regular drops look like. But yeah, I just honestly I wish it was more fleshed out just because it's dope rapping. And you got dope beats. They got a whole crew of crazy fucking producers. And I'm going to be studying all of them. Of course, Van Guns is Van Guns. Big shout out to him. But damn, yeah, this was an absolutely magnificent run.
Man, I don't even know what to say. So I know this project was pretty much done kind of to showcase the producers of 6 Man with Cortana, obviously. And in that, I think they did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Because each one of the producers, like the wild thing is they each got an opportunity to show their own style while still creating a cohesive ride. It was a short album, like you said, a short project, like you said, but it was still a cohesive ride. Mm-hmm. And I applaud them for being able to do that. Now, one of the things I will say is this: Cortana P is very measured in how he writes and how he delivers. Like the way he rhymes is very calculated. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I almost feel like I'm listening to someone give a dissertation of sorts. You know what I'm saying? But there's character in it. And there's character in it without it having to be extra animated or anything of that nature, which is dope. Not that I mind animated, it's just that everybody can't be that. Mm. There has to be a baseline somewhere. Cortana P does a great job, I think, of taking every beat and finding that thing in the beat that may possibly have been overlooked by another artist. Mm-hmm. The core of this is where I'm going with it. This is how I hear the man. Like it's crazy when I think about it because I know for myself when I write to a beat, how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear Cortana P rap, I can almost imagine how he sees it when the beat's playing. Unbelievable Truth. Yeah. Yeah. I'm fucking with that. I think Guitar Case, if you're talking about a tone setter for an album, Guitar Case Shooter is probably about as good as you're gonna get. As far, you know what I'm saying? Especially to say, hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let's get to it. Let me make this point off the rip. That's how you do that. On and On is dope. I think Unbelievable Truth probably what became my favorite record, like on the third listen. Because I feel like it's if there's a track that speaks to the like the overall perception of this album, if I could put it in one song, it would be that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Man, your ear for production, bro. Cortana, your ear for production is crazy. I know you got some animals over there in the stable, but like you picked very well. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of, oh man, I almost don't know how. I don't even know how to describe it really, because in a lot of ways, the way he rhymes reminds, and it's odd that he reminds me, but it's something about the calculated where the words get placed, where the lines cut off, and the next one picks up. He reminds me of Common in a lot of ways, in the way he do that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But he from New York, so it's that, but it's just the, I mean, like, you know what I mean. So
to me, the best way I could describe it, like, he's very surgical. Like he might follow, like, you know, like if he knows that this is what he's looking to do, like, all right, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna take out this motherfucker's heart. Like, he knows exactly the cuts that he needs to make to get it done. The delivery is very surgical to me. It's done with intention, but it's very, to your point, it's very reserved. But it cuts exactly where it needs to. So that's how I describe it to myself.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think one of the phrases that stuck out to me as I was listening is this project to me is the perfect example of quiet intensity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got MOP-ish energy, but it's almost like MOP came in and took their shoes off when they walked in the door. Like, it's still MOP, but the Timberlands ain't stomping the floor. Like, but we here though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you fuck with, I ain't even gotta say it. I don't want to just say the real shit, but like that's what it is. If you fuck with the real shit, you'll fuck with this. Benchmark EP out right now everywhere. My suggestion: go to Bandcamp and buy that shit. It's my suggestion. Salute to Cortana P, the whole 6-man, man. Salute to my man Bad Seed, man. You built a hell of a team over there, bro. On everything. So if we breaking it down and giving them a score for a long blaze, what are we giving Cortana P's benchmark?
I'm really trying to overlook just the length of the album, because like I said, like, that's just some personal shit to me, especially being kind of like the first full project, of his that I've locked into. I want more, but you know, for somebody with such a healthy discography, you know, it's okay to put out an EP every now and then, especially to your point when like the purpose of it was to highlight the production. And so with that, I try to take that off the table. There wasn't a whole lot of experimentation that was going on. To your point, it was very kind of reserved. You could tell that he was very comfortable throughout the whole thing. And for being an EP, like, the intention is to push the production, and that's good. I think that it did that really fucking well. Like I said, I'm going to be going back to each one of these producers and diving into their production as well. But it's also your album. So, and an EP is the perfect time to go in and start experimenting on things.
Right.
So I think that would take off a little bit for me. Fire production. I'm trying to determine between a 3.25 and a 3.5, so I think I'm going to split that in half and go a 3.33.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. I feel you. Yeah. I mean, damn. It's like everything that Like if I was to take each one of them songs by themselves and say, what am I looking for in a hip hop song?
Mm-hmm.
They all have it. Dope beat, dope words, dope delivery, strong hooks, like everything, all of it. You know what I'm saying? For me, the brevity of it is a bit of it, a bit of a thing. The other thing, like you said, I feel like that as good as it is, it's also not reaching outside of, you know, the realm of okay, this is the boxing ring here. Okay, here we go. And there's no. It's almost like you just started in the ring and that's where you stayed at. There was no walk to, walk out of, no hands raised at the end, none of that. Like it was kind of like, and I don't even want to use the word safe because I think that's kind of undercutting it a bit. And I don't want to use that terminology, but I mean it's kind of what people mean when they say that to a degree. Like there's no way you missing with this. You can't miss. The beats are dope. You're dope. It's a no lose situation, and that's smart for EP. You know what I'm saying?
This is a boxing match that he went into, but he was very highly favored.
Right,
like you're almost fighting somebody underneath your weight class.
That part, hell yeah, I feel you. Like you Anthony Joshua, and you fighting Jake Paul. Anyway, yeah. So with that said, I think I had made up my mind while you was talking that I was gonna go with 3.25. So yeah. I'm gonna go with a 3.25. Absolutely. Shit, excellent fucking project, Cortana, man. Salute to you once again. Salute to the whole six, man. Y'all make sure y'all go run benchmark up. Matter of fact, you know what? Go to Bandcamp and buy it so you got it in your files. But then you can go stream it all you want. You know what I'm saying? Go stream it all you want and let them get them little pennies too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's we need all of that as independent artists. You know what I mean? So yeah, salute to the people that's getting it in, man. Salute to all the artists that keep making this incredible music for us to talk about over here. So newcomers, once again, I just want to let you know that you should probably turn your volume down. Turn it down, like right now. Yeah, man. Before we leave music, real quick, I just want to remind y'all of something. I know I said something about it early part of the pod last time, but I just wanted to remind everybody in case y'all forgot. Sound Chamber Productions is we working, man. You know what I'm saying? We working. We trying to get to it. We getting warmed up for the tour coming up, you know what I'm saying? This coming up May the 1st. We will be in Bellingham at the Karate Church along with Bunda Boys and my man Crevins. Tickets on sale right now on Eventbrite. The link will be in the description of the pod. Make sure y'all pull up and fuck with us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time. Looking forward to it. Bellingham always, you know, they got a nice little scene up there, man. So looking forward to rocking out for them, absolutely positively. And for all of y'all that always say, but you don't ever perform at home, though. 25, we got you, man. We got you. On the 3rd, we're jumping off kind of early, you know what I'm saying? Doors open at 6:00. We're gonna get to it, get through it, get the fuck out of Dodge. So people can get ready for their Mondays and shit. But May 3rd, we will be at Rise and Shine Cabaret Cafe in Parkland, Washington. You know what I'm saying? The whole Chamber gang will be in the building. There's a couple other surprises in the stash that's gonna get announced in the next couple of days. So yeah, y'all pull up and fuck with us, man. We trying to you know what I'm saying, get ready for the tour, trying to raise some money for the tour as well. All that good shit. Pull up and fuck with us. Pull up and fuck with us. What's up, man? Oh man. Yo, you feel like getting on some film shit?
Let's do it.
All right, no doubt. Hell yeah. Before we do that, I feel like whenever we switch gears, there's got to be like a smooth way to do it and shit. So we can ease into the man. That pause. Let's just do it.
The only woman I ever loved. And it's payback time.
She was a full-blown bitch. I'll see you in hell, you son of a bitch.
Not a problem.
Brought to you by Meth Head Studios.
Meth Head Studio. Motherfucker say, bitch.
Yo, when somebody's dying and says, I'll see you in hell, there are so many things you can say. I never thought to say, not a problem.
Man. I was like, but why? You son of a bitch.
She was a full-blown bitch.
A full-blown bitch. She wasn't a little bitchy. She was a full-blown bitch.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. That shit is crazy.
I was gonna
movie. Oh yeah. I need to know. Please let me know. I need to know. That is That's crazy.
Pretty sure I might have to buy it out of somebody's trunk, but I'm gonna find it.
Oh shit. It might be on Tubi or Zeus. One of them shits. That might even be too bad for Tubi. I ain't gonna front. That's wow. Oh man. Nah, that I knew it was gonna come to this. It was gonna have to come to this. Where the devil is in though. I meant to get a clip and I didn't get it, but fuck it. We here now. Sean Penn, who recently won
Best Supporting
Actor at the Oscars. Yeah, Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. He won that. Yeah. So he was in the for his role as Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw, in One Battle After Another.
I don't know what to say.
You know what? Let us think about this for a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss?
Now, all you black folks, I suggest you get away from all these white folks.
I know exactly what you mean. Do you read Sutter Kane?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
A man got to have a code.
Quit, nigga!
Tomorrow will be the most beautiful day of Brandon Castle's life.
Man, that intro is dope as fuck. I'm fucking with that. Welcome back to another run at character assassination. Now we got to find out what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Penn, Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw, One Battle After Another. I'm gonna have to stop saying the last name or I'm gonna be pausing through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. First of all, how you feel about the movie, and then what about Sean and his character?
I took so many notes. So many. And I think two of them have anything to do with Sean Penn's character. So I'm going to try and get through this as a character assassination, but damn. The movie itself was incredibly frustrating. I'm going to leave it at that. And I can tell you, if they would have put Benicio del Toro up as supporting actor, we might have had room to talk. But Yeah. So yeah, the movie itself wasn't my favorite. There was a lot of frustrating moments. There were, and I think that's kind of the point, but at the same time, it's like, damn. Getting down just to Sean Penn's character. A lot of it seemed intentional. You could tell what the filmmakers were trying to do. Now that I've seen the film, it's absolutely no surprise that kind of the liberal stance, and make no bones about it, this is a very liberal movie. I know they're talking about revolution. There's very little revolution happening in this movie. This is a very liberal notion of revolution. I'm going to leave it at that. But with that liberal notion, you could see kind of the buffoonery that they put to the U.S. military. You know, they got Sean Penn's character, who is kind of highly aggressive. You got a few other people in there that they try to make look intimidating, like kind of the second in command dude in the military that they're showing constantly, like interrogating people. Oh, yeah. But the interrogation just goes down to him kind of sitting there asking questions, and then him being like, you know, we're going to put you in jail, right? And people are like, oh, well, then here's everything you want to know.
Let me give you all the tea.
Yeah. But then you have, like, there was a scene where they have these two military cats walking across like a whole military base. And you find out that this one dude is escorting the other dude to talk to Sean Penn to say, this is when your transpo is going to be here to pick you up. And the first thing I thought of wasn't, hey, where's Sean Penn going? It was, you just walked across that whole motherfucker for like 3 minutes just on film. You didn't start there. That's where the scene picked up. Just to go tell this motherfucker that his ride's about to be here in 20 minutes. That's what a phone's for, motherfucker. So the buffoonery, and this motherfucker was cross-eyed. If you look at the dude while he's talking to Sean Penn, like, not only is he stupid, and they intentionally like portray him as stupid, but he's cross-eyed as shit. And it's like, yo, y'all are on the nose on this one, okay? But that's one of the most frustrating things, is because, don't get me wrong, I'm not supporting the U.S. military. But at the same time, to say that the United States military is just full of buffoonery is dangerous.
Absolutely.
Like, there are very cold and very calculating people in the U.S. military, and that's why they're so successful. Don't get me wrong, money helps. But you have to have people that are going to spend that money. So to show them like that itself is not revolutionary if you don't know your enemy. And the reason I go through that whole description is to display Sean Penn's character, because he's kind of leading this unit. And even though he has this display of aggressiveness, he also does some really dumb shit. And, you know, from the very first scene that he's in, when he's on the couch, like, the whole thing is crazy. And it's just like, yo, like, honestly, you could have disarmed this chick like 12 times by now.
What are you doing?
You could have deaded this whole thing. But yeah, and then the obvious racism throughout the whole thing with the Christmas people, and, you know, the white cleansing, and him trying to become a part of this organization, but at the same time being like crazy obsessed with Tiana Taylor, and I understand why you might be obsessed.
I get it.
But also, like, the fuck are you doing? So yeah.
Man.
And then, kind of toward the end of the movie, like he's kind of singularly focused and kind of mid throughout most of the film. And then at the very end, when all the major shit starts happening during the car chase and everything, and then what happens to him, and you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense that it's over. And then they're like, oh, but it's not. Look how crazy it is.
Ooh.
And, perseverance. And then the second ending of Sean Penn is even dumber. And yeah. So I'll wait to give my rating. But yeah, I wasn't fond of the whole thing. But I'll wait to give my rating.
I feel it. Yeah, I think I went into it with a certain expectation because of all of the hoopla. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, a lot of times when the movie get a lot of hoopla, I mean, it kind of play out like this. I end up not watching it until the hoopla dies down because I ain't trying to deal with all that. Like, I don't want to be swayed by what the fuck y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, watch the movie. I gotta say, I am in total agreement with your assessment of the politics of the movie. 120,000%, and we can leave it there. Sean Penn's character to me. So I basically looked at him through the entirety of this movie, and I was like, it's crazy that you trying to hold together this broken glass, which is you, with Scotch tape, which is your supposed alt-right white extremist thoughts. Even though, see, the thing is, you dove so deep into that because you feel so guilty about how much you obsessed with Tiana Taylor. Not realizing that there are blind men who are obsessed with Tiana Taylor. It's okay. Everybody will understand. But that's not the point. I feel like his character had there's an obsessive, like his whole character was just obsessive. Like, it's not just obsessing over Tiana Taylor, it's also obsessing about being a part of this Christmas nigga thing. And then whatever. And that was crazy. But it seemed like every single thing that came into your sphere, you kind of became to some degree of obsessed with it. The ways in which he abused his power, I was like, damn. And it's fucked up because I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all, the funny thing is, y'all think this just happening on the movie. But it's happening, like, it's a lot of things that are happening in this movie because that's really what the fuck be going on. But they won't show you that out here. Like, they'll show you that in here, so you assume that it's entertainment. Cool. This particular, it was hard to kind of gauge at times what his motivations were exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is always kind of troubling when you have a character who occupies that much real estate in the movie. Yeah, I won't even give him the credit of saying he's confusing, because that's, to me, that's a bit too much. It's because it's not confusing really so much as it is. I feel like what they were trying to do to a degree got accomplished, but I'm not so certain that his performance in this role was as big a part in that as they pretended. Like, had this supporting actor thing going the other way in this movie, I would have understood it a lot more. But like, this to me felt like a lifetime achievement award, even though we can't give you that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And in all actuality, if they're gonna give you that with all of the other awards you've already won, they should have just gave it to Delroy Lindo for the same reason. Besides the fact that he earned it. I think as an antagonist for the movie, he's kind of pathetic, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that's where I'm sitting with it. I just wasn't impressed with the character itself. I don't feel like it was developed the best. Like, it's a lot of things about the way that was executed and just the movie in and of itself that left me like, and this is like, y'all put it up for all these awards and shit. Like, why? I don't understand.
I do.
I mean, yeah, I do too. But I mean, you know, like the logical me is like, huh? But then I mean, I guess that's a logical me too, because I already know the game. So it's like, nah, you know why. You know exactly why. Stop playing. All right. So I mean, if we had to gauge this, you know, on whether Sean Penn killed the role or the role killed Sean Penn. Where does your grade of character assassination rest with Sergeant Pause, man?
Delroy Lindo should have won Best Supporting Actor. I don't think that Sean Penn did a bad job in this film. I think the film killed Sean Penn, not necessarily the character. Because I can tell you, aside from Benicio del Toro, there's not a single character. Oh, actually, you know what? I lied. There's one other dude, and he had maybe 3 lines in the movie. It was the Hispanic dude that called up that ended up getting on the phone with Leonardo DiCaprio when Leonardo couldn't remember the code words, and he was like, yo, do you know who this is? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. Just listen to me. What kind of pussy do I like? That character was dope too. Had 3 lines in the whole motherfucking movie, but he came in, he was calm, he was cool, he was funny. Aside from him and Benicio del Toro, there was not a single character in this film that I liked.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they my bad, but I'll let you finish it.
So I think the whole film killed Sean Penn. So to me, this character, the character assassinated Sean Penn. Sean Penn is a dope actor. I'm not denying that. I've seen him in dope roles. I've seen him absolutely kill those roles. Maybe there is no way for him to kill this role, especially with so much bullshit around you. But the bottom line is they could not let a young black man and an older black man win an Oscar at the same time.
Sweep up. Yeah. That would have been a bang.
Sinners won too many awards. And because this is a very liberal movie and Hollywood is a very liberal place, they had to carve a little niche for this film, and Delroy Lindo suffered the consequences, and that is shameful. So not only am I pissed off at this film, I'm pissed off at the Oscars. This character killed him.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I feel like there's a I feel like the reason a big part of the reason why the character didn't connect for me, and why I felt like I ended up kind of feeling the way I felt about him in the end of it all, was because of the other things that were happening around him. So I mean, yeah, he kind of, to a degree, he's a hell of an actor, but the character had to kill him because the character had to participate in the movie. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you to exist otherwise. So now you're existing within this whole realm of things that just don't seem to make sense. And there a lot of knots. The character development in this movie was terrible. Terrible. I felt bad because I thought Tiana Taylor did as good a job as she could with what they gave her to work with. And I was like, yo, you know, I feel like you wasted it. And I gotta say, man, I've been thinking this for a little while, but I think I'm gonna say it now. I don't think like Leonardo DiCaprio, like Leo, cool. He cool. Like he's good. Like don't get me wrong. But I think maybe he might be a little oversold. You know what I'm saying? It's been a few times I've seen him and been like,
I think there's certain characters that he can do really well, but they're very reserved characters. Like he was dope in Inception.
Right.
But that's a very reserved character. Like he's had a few movies lately where like he's playing these guys that are really just completely unhinged and off the handle. And I don't like him in those characters.
No doubt. Absolutely. Hell yeah. So yeah, I'd say in this case, unfortunately for Sean Penn, the character definitely assassinated him because it had to participate in this shit show movie. In Hollywood, I should be ashamed of ourselves for robbing Delroy Lindo on TV without no motherfucking gun. Yeah.
I would be remiss because there actually was a third character, and I would be fucked up if I didn't say it. Regina Hall killed what she did. If we did a character analysis on her, and she wasn't in the film for a long time, but she smoked that.
Smoked. Absolutely. That might have been the saving grace for that it wasn't a bigger part, but so they didn't have to try to develop it. It had to be what it was for the time that it was there. Oh man. Yeah, y'all gotta stop blowing smoke about these fucking movies, man. That shit was never mind. Y'all know what it is.
Say you shoot the devil in the back. What if you miss?
Now, all you black folks, I suggest you get away from all these white folks.
I know exactly what you mean. Do you read Sutter Kane?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
A man got to have a code.
Rip, nigga!
Tomorrow will be the most beautiful day of Raymond Castle's life.
Do you read Sutter Kane? I love that shit. Oh my goodness. Man, hell yeah. Smoke that shit. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm mad. You know what the fucked up part is? I'm mad that I said that movie 3 hours long, might as well say. Yeah. I never get that 3 hours of my life back. No. Okay. It's okay. I'll survive. Oh man. Shit. I think we fucking did it, man. Hell yeah. We done did it. Shit, let's tie this motherfucker up in a nice little bow. Get the fuck out of here. 30 seconds to a minute on anything we rocked about tonight. What you got?
Go listen to the Boldy James album. Go listen to his Juvenile album. Go listen to the Cortana P album. And buy that shit. You can stream the other two. They got enough money, but buy the fucking indie. Yeah. I'm frustrated now because I watched a bad movie. Sean Penn, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, buy tickets to our fucking show. And I'm gonna go take out some of my frustrations. I'm gonna go see what my lady's doing. Maybe she'll make me feel better.
Oh shit. No doubt. Yeah, absolutely, man. Get the rocking that Boldy James shit. Yeah, knock that shit loud too. And trust me when I tell you, I would say do that shit when you ride in the car. You'll be easy though. Don't be smoking no weed and no shit. You might zone the fuck out and just anyway. Don't do that. So rock that Boldy James shit. Juvenile, without a question. Get that shit a spin. Like I said, there's a few joints on it I don't fuck with, but other than that, very, very solid project. Absolutely. Salute again to Cortana P, the whole 6-man. Go run that shit up. Go to Bandcamp and buy that shit. Bandcamp and buy that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, absolutely, man. And don't forget, May 1st, Bellingham, Karate Church. May 3rd, Rise and Shine Cabaret Cafe in Parkland. Sound Chamber West, we getting to it. You know what I'm saying? About to make it do what it do. Whole lot of other shit on the way very, very soon. Some other announcements going to be made soon as well. Shit cooking, man. Shit cooking, you know what I'm talking about? Shit cooking, you know what I mean? Yeah. Salute to the guys over at All Purpose, man. Evan Almighty and Phantom. Don't forget, we will be dropping episodes soon, covering the NFL draft. And then, of course, you can catch us every Monday night live on Facebook and on YouTube, and very soon on TikTok as well. Monday Night Live. We will be doing Monday Night Live 81 this coming Monday. Shit. That is crazy. Yeah. Pull up and fuck with us, man. We fuck with everybody in the comments and shit. Y'all can definitely be a part of the conversation. Salute to Soul the Interrogator. Him and Phantom got Wrestling Bros podcast on the way as well. Yeah, a lot of shit coming down the pipeline, man. Once again, salute P7, Dyce Dylli. Y'all be safe out there, man. Most definitely. On behalf of Monster Elicit, I am Seven Da Pantha. We are Pantha Politix Podcast. Biatch! I had to do it. It just felt right. We'll catch y'all next time, man. You know what I'm talking about?